Hello and welcome back to the Only One Formula YouTube channel. Today we are discussing the Canadian Grand Prix and how really exciting this race was. I don't know how we can go from Monaco which was clearly a snooze fest, to Canada, which is easily, hands down, the most exciting race we've seen this season, no questions asked. Anyone who says differently is wrong, simple as that. We had George leading from pole, Max was there, Norris was there. I mean, Piastri was having a sniff, but just not quite got the race pace that Norris does in the McLaren, so he's still learning, he's still got a lot to learn and a lot to do, so yeah, a really exciting race. Changeable weather conditions made that so. It was great. You know what I mean? George led for a while, Max led for a while. I mean, Norris was going to win that race, but the safety car sort of like ruined that for him. Whereas you look back to Miami and it was the same. Max lost Miami due to the safety car issues. So I think it all comes back around full circle that it was probably deserved for Max today as he lost out on Miami. But yeah, I think Norris had the quicker car at that time and probably could have extended his lead that he had. I think it was about 12 seconds he was leading by, which he all lost under the safety car. And yeah, I think it's great to see more exciting racing, a lot more to take in. I think towards the end, George on the mediums with the fresh ones, he had the tyre advantage. The Merc looks like it's an improved car overall. So yeah, it was coming on strong, the Merc, and it was nice to see as well. So hopefully for Spain, we again have something like that again, a nice exciting race all round with lots of people in the hunt. A few takeaways, I think. You can clearly see that Lewis has given up. He chased Alonso for 20-25 laps, and there was multiple occasions where he could have made the move into the last chicane, but didn't. He was backing out of the throttle early and not taking a dive where he possibly could have, or I believe like someone like George may have done. George passed Lewis. Okay, he did have the tyre advantage, but Lewis didn't fight too hard. I know it's team orders and stuff, but they were told they can race, and Lewis didn't make it too difficult for George. So you can see that Lewis has given up, which is sad for Mercedes. I think for what they've given Lewis over the last 10 years or so, I think he should be fighting right to the very end for every last point. It means the world to them at the moment. But his mind is made up and he's off to Ferrari. So, I mean, is it the right move? I mean, Ferrari had the fantastic Monaco. Well, is Monaco ever fantastic? But Ferrari had a good result in Monaco. They obviously take the win, but here in Canada, they were absolutely nowhere. They were completely lost at sea. Leclerc obviously was suffering with an engine issue, losing 1.2 seconds on the straights. So that's frustrating. He stuck on the hards, took a chance, and it didn't work. At one point, Max, I think, was 16 seconds a lap faster than Leclerc. So it was a gamble. It was worth a try, but it didn't pay off. And in the end, they retired the car. Sainz, stupid accident, it happens, and yeah, double DNF for Ferrari, which is very surprising. You expect them to go quite well in Canada, but it just didn't come together. I think other takeaways, a disappointing day for Williams, Logan Sargent. I mean, why is Logan Sargent still driving a Formula 1 car? Like, at what point? Like, Nick de Vries, he got 6 months in the car and then it was, you're not performing, get out. And it wasn't even a crashing results. It was just underperforming in that car. So Logan Sargent sticks it in the wall almost every single weekend, or he's off the track during the race. His race pace is shocking. Why? Why is he still driving a Formula 1 car? He shouldn't be. End of. There is endless talent waiting to be in Formula 1, and Logan Sargent is just... He's a cork in a bottle. He's in the way of everyone else. So get rid of him. So it's just not right. Sauber failing to score again. Danny Rick had an okay race, including his 5-second penalty. Perez, he signed a 1+1 deal, but I don't know if Red Bull have made the right decision here. He had a shock in Monaco. They had a shock in Canada. So I don't know why Red Bull are hanging on to him. I know that they quite like the idea that the team is... There's no arguments within the team regarding drivers, and there's no disputing that. So Max does get priority and always will do. But when Ferrari Ferrari didn't score any points in Canada, but when Ferrari were 24 points behind you in Canada, fighting for the Constructors' Championship, it matters. And you need a second driver who's scoring strong points. I look back to the days when Lewis was clearly the number one at Mercedes and Bottas was clearly the number two. Bottas was still picking up strong points every weekend and doing a good job for Mercedes. So that's what Red Bull need, and I feel like there's other talent out there. As much as I like Perez, I'm a Perez fan, but he's on a slippery slope once again. Last year was a shocker, and this year it looks like we're going to go down the same road. So I hope not. I hope he brings it back around, and Spain is a nice fresh start for him, but Perez must improve again. But overall, a fantastic race, a nice exciting times. Good to see a competitive race all round, and it's not just Max pure dominance. Again, as much as I'm a Max fan, it's entertaining to watch, and I really, really enjoyed the race. Good to see Merckx getting close, McLaren there. So it's not quite a four-way battle for the Constructors' Championship, but it's certainly warming up, and I mean, it sets the stage for next year, I think. I think everyone's starting to get a good understanding of these cars, and it could be really, really competitive next year, depending how the next sort of 6 months go with these car developments. So fingers crossed that we have some exciting races coming in the next few months, and we look forward to the triple header, and I'll see you guys on the next one.